So do you have to cross strings at all in this example, or can you stay just on the one string?
One string.
Right, you don't have any string crossings with it. So before you sight read something, it's a good idea to know what your lowest note is going to be in the highest, and if you have to do any string crossings. You could even play this all in fourth position on the D string, but in sight reading, just stick to first position. You're not going to be given things where you'll have to shift, at least not right now. So you know that you can just stay on the A string. The rhythm is really regular. Are there any low fingers or any accidentals, or is it just does it stick to the key signature?
It just sticks to the key signature.
It really just sticks to the notes of A major, and we're starting on A in A major. So you're going to call this what note? Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Do.
Right. So you're only going from do, re, mi up to fa. Do, re, mi, fa. That's the furthest you go with this one. Nicolette, give it a shot. And before you start it, remember, you can either count out loud or just count up here. Either way will work for now, but I definitely want to see also a bomb, a cue that shows the tempo you're going to be playing. Now, class, I'd like you to watch along while she does this. Not bad. The notes, I think, are really good, Nicolette. The rhythm is a little off right now. I know you're just sight reading. Give it a shot again, though. Your notes are fine. They're easy for you. So I'd say this time focus more on getting the rhythm. And make sure you give yourself a good tempo. Could you count? How about count a full bar of 4/4 before you start? So you count 1, 2, 3, and then begin. I think your rhythm will be easier that way. That was much, much better. Now what I want you to do, I'm going to take your violin. I want you to clap the rhythm from the beginning. The notes are really easy, aren't they? Now, what I want you to do, Nicolette, is clap. I want you to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then clap it. So you count it aloud.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now your rhythm is really, really steady. Do you see now what your issue was when you played through it first? What were you doing to the half notes?
I'm making them short, like quarters.
Right, you were playing those quarters. So try to keep that pulse going while you're reading it, and then that should line your half notes up. Excellent. Thank you, Nicolette. Much, much better. Now, I'm going to have you stay up there, Nicolette, and I'm going to write the same example, but in a key in which I don't think you probably worked before. And I'll show you where to begin on the violin. Do you want a flat key or a sharp key?
Flat.
Flat. All right, Nicolette. Now, don't be freaked out, but this is D flat major. I'm going to write the same thing, but only in D flat. Now, you played this already, and before I have you read it in D flat, I'm going to have you read it again in the A major so you really get it in your head how it should sound. If I move it to D flat major, you guys, yes, the notes are going to be different because it's in a different key, but the sound of the whole steps in the 1/2 step should be the same. All right, Nicolette, how about play the first line for us again? And refresh your memory and our memory about how this is supposed to sound when it's in A major.
Okay, play it first.
Right, so make sure you give yourself bomb before you start. Sarah? Right. Okay, now playing it in D flat. Nicolette, you guys are violinists. The fingering of this should be pretty easy because it's only going do, re, mi, fa. 1, 2, 3, 4 on your violin. If you put your first finger down on D flat and play that 1, 2, 3, 4 fingering where the half step is between 3 and 4, this is not going to be as bad as it looks. Now, Nicolette, where is that note in your violin?
D.
It's on the D string.
So
It'd be where third finger, where high 3 is on. Wait, it's where high 3 is on the G string. So go over to your G and play that note. So it's down here. Right, now just put your first finger under that note where your third, look where your third finger is now. Just go up and put your first finger there. So that's a different position. There you go. There. Now the fingering is just going to be whole step to 2, whole step to 3, and half step to 4. Now try playing this. It'll be 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, and you just stay in that position. Give it a shot. It'll seem weird at first. 'in-between position between third and fourth. But it doesn't matter what the number of the position is. You understand it sounds the same and has the same kind of fingering pattern. You could put your, let me see your violin. Let me see this ancient instrument. Or is it ancient? 1883? Or is that 1888? Wow, it's an old violin. I can see it.
Old violin.
What?
I don't know how it sounds.
Now,
Does old violin sound good?
what if I'm going to put my finger in a random place and just do the same sequence of whole steps and half steps? I don't know what position that is. It's really high up on the fingerboard, but I can put it over here too. My fingers are a little too thick for violin. That's one of the reasons I didn't go into violin. Here you go. Thank you very much. But you guys, again, I can't say enough that it should sound the same. It's just a different key. On the voice, it's easy because you don't shift around the instrument. Now, thank you, Nicolette. You may have a seat. I'm going to write one more up here. And I need another volunteer to start getting their instrument out as I write this. We've had 2 girls come up and do it. It's one of the boys. We only have 2. Do you have your instrument, Ian? All right. Go ahead and get your instrument out. We're going to stick to A major today. Trickier, but nothing too far different from the other ones. Notes. What's your highest note and what's your lowest note? What's your lowest note?
The lowest note is A.
Right.
The highest note is B.
Right. So when you have to do a string crossing, Trick question here. Svani, would you have to do a string crossing for that group of notes? It goes from open A and then up to E. Miss Benitsky's shaking her head no. He wouldn't. Why not? You could just use your forefinger rather than doing the string crossing. But if you use your open string, you're going to get the same note. In sight reading, if you're more comfortable with playing an open E, you can play an open E. You're playing the same note. But so you're going only from do up to which solfege syllable? Right. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. In fact, the first 5 notes go up those first 5 notes of the scale, and then it doesn't go beyond that. Now, give it a try. Does the rhythm look random, or is there some kind of consistency to it? Well, these 2 measures are the same rhythm, and these 2 measures have a very similar rhythm. So it should sound like it has some kind of unity to it. It's not going to sound completely random. Now, before you begin, you can either count out loud to 4, because we're in 4/4 time, or count up here and take a good breath before you begin. Not bad. What I really like about that, and each of you actually that have been doing this, you're getting a really strong sound. Nicolette, I like you were already vibrating while you were doing this. You guys each have been really getting a good tone. That had a really good strong sound to you. Take it again from the top. I think the rhythm is a little shaky right now, but your notes are really easy. They were all in the right place. Good. Now I'm going to have you do the same thing as Nicolette. I'm going to set your violin down, and I'd like you to clap the rhythm. But before you start the clapping, make sure you give yourself a count to 4, and then begin. Oh, count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You spot where your error was in your reading with the rhythm? Because you clapped it perfectly with rhythm. Clap it again. Really pay attention, especially to the 2nd and 4th bar. Clap it again, then I'm going to have you play it on your violin. Oh, counting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Now, the notes are so easy for you, I think you can really focus on the rhythm now when you play it. Count to 4, or give yourself a good sniff before you begin. Now, much better. The rhythm was completely fine. Do you see what happened the first time through? Right. What were you doing to the 8th notes? Right, you're turning them into quarter notes. You guys, that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for the sight readers who came up. Now, you guys, next time, Thomas, Svani, Maya, Emily, Miss Benitsky, and Daniel, it'll be your turn to sight read for the next time. So if you could please bring your instruments next time, that'd be awesome. And you guys, no one conveniently no, I don't want to hear that anyone conveniently forgot their instrument. Oh, I forgot today. Good job with your sight reading today, you guys.